I want to talk about our team too, because the news that we kind of figured was going to happen, it happened. Kareem Hunt was signed to the Cleveland Browns to kind of fill in the void that was left by the Nick Chubb injury. And yeah, we kind of talked about in the last podcast. I did mention a number of other names in there, but it made the most sense to bring in a guy who already knew your system pretty much. And look, this is what I said. No panic. The Browns bring in a guy who has been at a Pro Bowl level before, a guy who hasn't had as many first team reps in the last few years, but is going to get all the first team reps he wants now. And I like what the team is doing. I still like where the offense can produce to where they can, if they can get themselves together a quarterback, obviously they can match up with the number of teams in the NFL. The defense looks like a top 10 defense, maybe more. And you know, you get this matchup against Tennessee this week. I know Tennessee is going to come in with Derrick Henry in the works, but if the defense can keep them in check, I can see the Browns winning this.
I think the Browns have to win this. And
I've been seeing this.
This game is going to be very telling because Tennessee has one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL so far through the first 2 weeks of the season. Deshaun Watson had the excuses in week 1 because of the weather, right? That's what I mean by excuses. And then last week against Pittsburgh, it was bad. It was ugly. At the same time, Tennessee does not have anybody defensively along that front that scares me as much as TJ Watt or Highsmith, or even when Cam Hayward would have been healthy for Pittsburgh. This is a game the Browns should win. I think they will win. I need to see the offense have some swagger. This defense, Mitch, looks legit. But what is different this year? Not only is Jim Schwartz playing to his defensive strength, but these guys are playing loose. Look at the plays they make. They get up, they celebrate, where the offense does look tight. I do think Kareem Hunt does help with that. And this is not a shot at Nick Chubb whatsoever. But Nick Chubb is a very quiet guy, right? He's not a guy that celebrates when he scores a touchdown. He's not a very vocal guy, at least from what we see. We know Kareem Hunt is that kind of energy guy. We know he is vocal. So maybe just getting a guy in there to where Jerome Ford maybe isn't at that level yet because he's still only in the second year, barely played his first year. Maybe Kareem Hunt helps that. Somebody's going to have to step up here. Is it David Njoku, a tight end that we're paying a lot of money? Is it Amari Cooper, the always valuable veteran? I don't know, but somebody needs to be able to have a little bit of swagger and juice on that offensive side of the football, I think, to help things go a little more. I think if that happens, I think it takes a lot of, not a lot, but it takes pressure off Deshaun Watson thinking he has to be the guy. Yes, he still has to be the guy. He's the quarterback, but the night and day difference from the defense last year, besides the coordinator thing, is these guys are just loose. They're playing loose. They're fun. They're energetic, and they have that swag. I also need to see if Deshaun Watson can control his emotions, because last week, back-to-back personal foul calls, the face masks, the altercation of the sideline, it wasn't pretty. The Browns should win this game. I'm going to pick them to win this game. But Mitch, if they can't throw the ball against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL, it may be time to start getting that panic button ready, because this to me is going to be very telling, because then you have Baltimore the next week. And right now, Baltimore looks like the best team in the AFC North through first 2 weeks. I also don't expect Kareem Hunt to have the workload I think others expect in the first 2 weeks. That week 5 bye, I think, is vital for Kareem Hunt. I know he knows the offense already. He barely got to play with Deshaun last year. Obviously, the 6 games Watson played. I am excited, though, because like Chubb, Kareem Hunt did not get primary running back carries last year as the RB1. Chubb did, but at the same time, not to the extent most RB1s do. So I think Kareem Hunt should be a little bit fresher. And this is a 1-year deal. He has something to prove because he wants to latch on with the team somewhere else. He had multiple offers. He took visits to New Orleans, took visits to Indianapolis and Minnesota. This, to me, is a perfect match because he knows most of the offense under Stefanski, and he has something to prove because he wants to get paid. He wants to show people he's changed since that off-the-field incident happened when he was in Kansas City. And so I think this is a match made in heaven, and I think this will take a load of pressure off both Jerome Ford and Deshaun Watson, because we know Kareem Hunt in the backfield, always a threat for check down and to catch passes and make plays with the ball in his hands. So I'm happy with the signing. The Browns should win this weekend.